what is the role of British in this war? Anti-social scientist. I want to go with you first.
Well, yeah, that is a very good question again. And as I mentioned a while ago, the British used this divide and conquer tactic, wherein they tried to made the Palestinians angry to the Jewish and vice
Hmm.
versa. So as a result of that divide and conquer policy or strategy, they were hated by both camps. But yeah, we have to remember that the British had a very big role. In 1917, Sir Arthur Balfour, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, um, with a with the guidance of Lord Rothschild, who,
Hmm.
by the way, had a Jewish ancestry and one of the richest men at the time, um, made a declaration that the Jewish people will have their own homeland in what we called as the land of Palestine, and that was the beginning of the European Jewish immigration to the Holy Land. So we have by that time European Jewish, they started building settlements gradually in the state of Israel or the state of
Hmm.
Palestine. But in World War II, I mean, prior, like a year before World War II, the Jewish immigration to Palestine significantly increased because, of course, the Jewish were so afraid that Nazism will kill them all. So, because of that, these Jewish European Jews immigrated uh, to Palestine in thousands, in hundreds of thousands, and suddenly the British decided, okay, let's stop this immigration because it would anger the Arab population in the area, which is true because the Arab population eventually launched a revolt against the British because they were so angry that the British allowed mass immigration of Jewish settlers. And
Right.
ironically, also the British asked help from the Haganah to topple or to destroy that revolt launched by the Arab Palestinians. And this kind of hypocrisy of the British, like double standard, led to the conflict. It
Right.
Yeah. So the British had a very big role on that. Thanks to them, they actually spoiled that area of the world.
I see. All right, Marco.
Well, pretty much the anti-social scientists really, laid out the role of the British. I agree. Basic, behind the shadows, the British really played a big role. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, to recap what the anti-social scientists said, they played a role in opening the floodgates, so what you might call it, for Jewish migration to Palestine. And at the same time, yes, they use divide and conquer, same thing that they did to India, wherein they use the Jewish population to suppress revolts from the Palestinian Arabs, and vice versa, they do the same. And of course, at the height of the war, yeah, they supported both sides basically. For one, as I mentioned earlier in this podcast,
Right.
the some elements of the British military intelligence really pushed the Egyptians to join the war. And like for
Really?
example, yeah, like they they really did their best to convince King Farouk of Egypt, oh,
Uh
yeah,
huh.
you should go move in and invade or attack the southern part of Israel, so something like that.
Instigate.
Yeah, instigate basically.
Right.
And also at the same time, the official British position, they supported the Transjordan government
Mm-hmm.
of King Abdullah, provided that he could. They said to the Transjordanians, you could take a portion of Palestine, the eastern part of Palestine, including East eastern part of Jerusalem, provided you do not attack Jewish settlements. So that's how the British, played both sides. And of course, some British military officers also supported the Jewish cause. And yeah, British military officers and soldiers stationed in Palestine, they also saw it as an opportunity to make money. So they also sell weapons, like getting from their armories and selling these guns to local, selling these guns to local Jewish settlements to make a quick buck. So
Right.
so that's the basically the role of the British, just to sum it up everything.
Wow. What a role.
The hypocrite.
Yeah, right. The hypocrisy. I mean, yeah, it's hard to imagine, but it's not surprising because I think that's. I'm not sure if it's good to say this, but yeah, it's typical Western mentality when it comes to war. Because like, yeah, let's make more sure money.
Uh,